Welcome to the Differentiation Fair. In this video, I am just going to walk you through a few different areas of my fair that we put on here at Yon yesterday. So this is just a pan of the room. So I separated differentiation into open-ended activities. So that's all of these. I'm just going to highlight a few of my favorites. Right here, this is called a chalk talk. I've also heard it called a graffiti board, where students interact with one another, discuss, debate without talking. And you can see some students ask questions, some students just respond. It's a great way to have just a different way, a different opportunity to interact with one another. Something else I want to point out are these 3 I am poems. They're interactive because every student was asked to create a poem where they describe themselves, but the length of the poem differed by students as well as the type of visuals they used to describe themselves and really the number of visuals. 2 more things from open-ended. I'm loving these graphic organizers used in middle school. You can see that although they look the same, the content and the amount of writing, the type of writing inside can actually be really different. And then the very last thing I want to show you for open-ended is this awesome art project where the art teacher not only had students work on art, but before they started their project, they needed to create goals. And how they created these goals were they looked at their old art and they had to self-assess, what am I good at? What do I need to work on? And then they critiqued one another by using whatever the goal was. And the students saw, did my classmate meet their own personal goal? Great way to differentiate. Next thing I focused on was choice. And there are a lot of really good examples of choice, but my favorite thing are the choice menus. At Yon, a lot of teachers do choice menus, and this was by far the most popular takeaway. So this is an example of a choice menu where teachers had students pick an appetizer, an entree, side dishes, and a dessert if they have time. And here are 2 different examples of ways students responded to the book Seed Folks using a choice menu, or in this case, they called it a dinner menu. This one is a choice board. This one they called boot camp. And over here, we called this the majestic menu. And there are pictures of students doing various work in social studies. Finally, we have leveled and tiered activities. Tiered are where there's 3 different activities, at level, below level, and above level. My favorite example of tiered is from 1st grade, where you can see there are 3 different graphic organizers, all on character traits. The organizers differ based on student needs, student ability. Another great example is this PowerPoint a 3rd grade teacher does, where you can see 1, 2, and 3. 3 is number 3, every single student in the class does. Number 2 is at level, most students do. Oops. And number 1 is above level, some students do. For leveled, a great example is in kindergarten. There is 1 activity where students were asked to identify the beginning, middle, and end of a story. And there were 5 different ways to do this. Some students drew, some students wrote, and in this example, we had a student who numbered what happened 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and a student that cut and paste. So 5 different ways to respond to 1 activity, which was very cool.